What was it about Luka?
How long we got? I remember we played against Croatia for England. Stevie Lamps played. You get this little guy in midfield. And I remember just thinking, wow, this guy's special. Just like so silky with the ball. Never lost the ball, could receive the ball in anywhere on the pitch. You just knew then that he was going to be like, a world-class player. Then obviously I played with him at Tottenham for a few years. Again, it just made the game look easy. Everything went through Luka, and obviously a Ballon d'Or winner. And obviously everything that he's achieved at Madrid. It's just, he's definitely one of the best players I've played with, but that's an easy one. Luka Modric.
This is Modric! Well, Perez is beaten by that one. Luka Modric on the volley.
Luka Modric, one of those rare footballers who is liked by everyone, irrespective of who he plays for. He is Real Madrid's midfield magician for over a decade, a 6-time European champion, 4-time La Liga champion, and in total 28 trophies with Real Madrid and over 550 appearances. But no one, not even Modric himself, would have predicted the heights that he would reach.
Name will stand up next to any of them.
He's the best midfield player I ever played with.
But an unbelievable player. Always found it difficult every time we played against him, whether that was for Spurs or Madrid.
Born in Zadir, Croatia, during the tumultuous chaos of the Croatian War of Independence, Modric was a small, unathletic kid. But what he lacked in physicality, he made up for with his technique and skills over the ball.
O tome ne htio pričati da čovjeku skinja balon nogom s glave, što je nemoguće, nisam vjerovao da on to može napraviti, kao Bruce Lee.
Even as a boy, Modric displayed an innate understanding of the game that set him apart from his peers. His technique was a weapon no amount of physicality could ever counter. His time at Dinamo Zagreb was not just about honing his skills, it was about proving to himself and the world that he belonged in football. He faced skepticism at every turn, but turned every challenge into an opportunity. Even during his days as a refugee, staying at hotels as a 6-year-old, all he wanted to do was play football. His local club, NK Zadar chairman Josi Bahilo recalls this boy who used to kick the ball around the hotel parking lot all day. He was skinny and really small for his age, but you could see right away that he had something special in him.
Uvijek smo igrali su ispred hotel Kolovara, hotel Ižu, uvijek se nogomet kaže, no uvijek, znači kod nas nije bilo ni mobitela, ni ništa, kod nas je samo bilo lopta.
The passion that burned within him fueled late-night training sessions and early morning practices. Each drop of sweat was a testament to his commitment, a commitment that would soon pay off.
In this very car park, they tell us that this is the first area where Luka played with a football as well. This is where he learned it.
That's how the story goes, because he only played football.
By 2003, he was loaned to Zrinjski Mostar in Bosnia, where he developed further and earned the Bosnian Premier League Player of the Year award as an 18-year-old.
Inače, ja živim, moja kuća odmah do hotela Kolovare i ja sam njega često viđala sa prozora moje kuhinje, on je dole na travnjaku lupalo po cijelo popodne. I onda bi ja njemu rekla, ajde Luka, dosta više, ajde pisat domaći rad. A on bi rekao, evo još samo zera.
Modric returned to Dinamo Zagreb in 2005 and signed a long-term contract that solidified his place in the first team. Over the next few seasons, he became a key player for the club, helping them secure multiple league titles and establishing himself as one of Croatia's top talents. His performances earned him recognition not only domestically but also internationally, leading to interest from clubs across Europe.
Ali ono što je imao Luka, to nikad u životu vidio nisam. To je zbilja nešto čudno, a pogotovo je interesantno što tako jedan mali momak koji ne izgleda tako moćan, osjetiš svu njegovu moć kad ima loptu u nogama. Jer tad je on.
In 2008, Luka Modric made the pivotal move to Tottenham Hotspur, stepping into one of the most competitive leagues in the world, the English Premier League. Here, he faced an immediate challenge, adapting to the physicality and pace that characterized English football. Critics were quick to voice their doubts about his ability to succeed in such demanding conditions, branding him as too lightweight for this fierce league.
And in the first couple of, I can't remember how long it lasted, but nobody passed to Luka Modric because he used to stand so close to the opposition midfielders. You think, why is he standing there? And then when they eventually realised just how good he was, they could get the ball in any situation and he never gave it away.
Yeah, what he did there, when I went, he played in a position sort of off the left. You know, he'd play, if you're playing 4-4-2, he played in a left position and come into a little pocket and you know, and then suddenly we were playing Arsenal at home on a Tuesday night. And I remember saying to Clive Allen, and Clive was a good coach, knew the game inside out, obviously. But I said, I'm going to play Luka Modric central. And Clive said to me, Harry, he'll get murdered in there. He's not strong enough to play in there. He can only play in that off the left, you know, out the way where he can. I said, no, I think he'll play in there. He'll get on the, you know. Anyway, I played him. We beat Arsenal. And then Saturday we played Chelsea. And he said, you're not going to play in there Saturday, are you? I went, yeah. He said, there's Essien, Ballack, Lampard, all monsters, you know. Now I'm going to play Luka in there. We beat Chelsea on the Saturday, and he never played anywhere else.
Modric defied expectations and quickly became the heartbeat of Spurs midfield, orchestrating play with unmatched vision and composure.
Put him into the centre of the park when they had injury problems, and then it was like everyone just went, now we see it.
His ability to read the game allowed him to dictate tempo and create opportunities for his teammates, and fans soon embraced him as the Prince of White Hart Lane, a title that reflected not only his skill but also his growing influence within the team.
I don't think I ever saw him give the ball away, in training I'm talking about, let alone games. It's small-sided games, he just had this beautiful sort of way about him where he'd get out of these tight situations and it was effortless. Absolutely beautiful to watch, and there was no question in my mind that he was going to go on to huge things and achieve what he's achieved.
One iconic performance came during the 2010 to 2011 Champions League campaign when Modric helped Tottenham reach the quarterfinals against all odds. His brilliant display against AC Milan showcased his talent on one of football's biggest stages, solidifying his reputation as one of Europe's premier midfielders. Yet, it wasn't just his technical abilities that captivated audiences, it was his heart and tenacity. In every match, Luka poured everything he had onto the pitch, his passion igniting those around him. He became not only a player, but also a leader who went on to make 127 appearances for Spurs over 4 years.
Dream playing next to Luka. Luka was one of the first players that made me see how a centre midfield role can be played very differently. We were taught in England almost like in straight lines. It's like you receive the ball here, you go box to box, you go box to box. And then I used to watch Luka play and he'd go into like a right back position, he'd go in like into a deep left back position and then go on these little mazy dribbles and 1-2s and make things happen, and it was like, oh, that's different, that's new. And obviously playing against him in training every day, it was like trying to figure him out. It was like trying to figure out a puzzle or a crossword.
As Modric continued to shine at Tottenham, it became evident that he was destined for greater things. He finally received the recognition that he had deserved. His performances caught the eye of Real Madrid, a club synonymous with success and prestige. And in 2012, Luka made the leap to one of the biggest stages in the world of football.
That year when I think he wanted to go to Chelsea, from memory, he still had that mentality to just kind of get his head down. The move was gone, and arguably had one of his best seasons in a Tottenham shirt, which eventually got his move to Real Madrid. And
Luka's arrival at Real Madrid wasn't smooth sailing. It was fraught with challenges that tested his character and resolve. Critics labeled him as the worst signing of the season after a difficult start marred by injuries and adaptation struggles. Modric is a modern playmaker who belongs deeper in midfield, where he has more space than further up, but mastering that part of the pitch wasn't enough to make him a key player for Real Madrid. He needed to step up and show more initiative. He transformed himself into the linchpin of Real Madrid's midfield, silencing doubters with performances that redefined what it meant to be a midfielder in modern football.
Luka he would run a game from midfield. It wasn't cutting incisive passes all the time, but he just dictated the flow, he sped it up when he wanted. He didn't score lots of goals, but he controlled games and made the whole team better.
He won 2 Champions League under Carlo Ancelotti, and with Zinedine Zidane, Luka played a pivotal role in 4 Champions League triumphs between 2014 and 2018, each victory further solidifying his legacy as one of football's most storied clubs.
Hemos logrado 3 puntos importantes gracias a un pase fantástico de Modric, que creo que es bastante en sus cuerdas este tipo de pase, esta calidad. Y Luka siempre aporta cuando empieza a titular, cuando sale desde el banquillo, tiene una calidad tan grande que siempre nos ayuda. Es un futbolista fantástico y sigue siendo un futbolista fantástico.
Luka's ability to dictate tempo was unparalleled. He possessed an innate gift for breaking lines with precise passes that slice through opposing defenses. He tries to hold up his opponent and win possession, and when he succeeds, he knows exactly how to create space for himself, launch a quick attack, and penetrate with the ball. His vision allowed him to see plays develop before they unfolded, a trait that made him indispensable to Real Madrid's success during those years.
You know, he was similar to Iniesta. I think them two are just like peas in a pod in a sense where they don't rarely vacate the midfield, you know, and they always, their technique and their tactical prowess on the pitch just better than everyone else's.
Luka Modric has had numerous standout performances for Real Madrid, but one of the best games that exemplifies his impact came during the 2017 UEFA Champions League final against Juventus. Modric was instrumental in controlling the midfield, showcasing his exceptional passing range and ability to dictate the tempo of the game. Modric provided an assist for Cristiano Ronaldo's third goal, which effectively sealed the match for Real Madrid. The 2017-18 season marked Luka Modric at his peak, a period where he showcased not only skill but also leadership qualities that inspired those around him. His performance earned him recognition as one of football's finest talents when he received the Ballon d'Or, breaking the decade-long dominance held by Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. This accolade cemented his place amongst football's all-time greats. It was not just an individual triumph, but also validation for all of those who believed in him when others did not. In 2018, during the FIFA World Cup held in Russia, Luka captained his nation to their first ever final, a journey filled with drama and emotion that captivated millions around the globe. Life has come full circle for the refugee kid from Croatia to lead his country at the highest possible level. Luka Modric has delivered numerous remarkable performances for the national team, but one of his best games came during the 2018 FIFA World Cup semi-final against England. Modric played a vital role in both attacking and defensive phases. He completed numerous passes, controlling the tempo of the game and facilitating Croatia's build-up play. After a tense 1-1 draw in regulation time, Modric's stamina and determination shone through in extra time. He was heavily involved in the play, helping Croatia maintain possession and pressing England, which ultimately led to Mario Mandzukic scoring the winning goal. His performances throughout the tournament were nothing short of extraordinary. Each match saw him carrying his country on his shoulders. The Golden Ball Award for Best Player at the tournament was well-deserved recognition for Luka's contributions. Though Croatia fell short against France in an exhilarating final match that ended 4-2, Modric's impact was undeniable. He inspired an entire generation of players and fans alike with every touch of the ball. His humility shone through even amidst such glory. He dedicated every moment spent on that field to his countrymen who had supported him through thick and thin. In 2022, even at 36 years old, an age when many players contemplate retirement, Luka led Croatia once again into battle during another World Cup campaign where they reached yet another semi-final stage against formidable opponents like Argentina. This feat proved beyond doubt that age is merely a number when talent meets determination.
At 36, he's still protecting his fullback, getting back doing his defensive duties as well as keeping the ball.
As Luka Modric approaches what many consider to be twilight years in professional football, he remains an invaluable figure for both Real Madrid and Croatia, continuing to defy conventional wisdom about aging athletes within such physically demanding sports environments.
Different generations, but Luka would have been lovely to play with. As a footballer, you could have played with him, you know. 1-2s, he was intelligent. It must have been a joy to be alongside him as a teammate.
Throughout his career, Modric has consistently demonstrated that even when faced with doubts about his physicality, standing at just 172 centimeters tall, he has risen above expectations time and time again. His agility, stamina, and technical prowess have allowed him to navigate through challenges posed by larger opponents, while leaving an undeniable mark on every team he plays for.
He always had the answer to every kind of question, whether you put real pressure on him and he was aggressive with him. He was stronger than people thought he was, and he was just so creative and intelligent.
With over 800 professional appearances under his belt, including countless trophies amassed throughout an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades, it is clear that Luka Modric has earned a rightful place amongst greats like Johan Cruyff and Zinedine Zidane themselves.
You think about how successful Real Madrid have been since Luka Modric has been in it, how successful Croatia have been as a nation with him in it. How successful Tottenham were when he played for us as well, and the same when he was back in Croatia playing.
His legacy extends far beyond mere statistics. It encompasses moments etched forever into the hearts and minds of fans across the globe who witnessed magic unfold whenever his extraordinary talent graced the pitch. How a small, unathletic kid from a war-torn childhood in Croatia became one of football's greatest midfielders is nothing short of remarkable. His story serves as an inspiring reminder that success is not solely determined by physical attributes, but rather by resilience, intelligence, and an unwavering spirit.